What's up, Bulldogs? All right, today I want to talk about a really important concept that I've been considering lately, which is the difference between being self-aware and being self-conscious. There's a big difference. Really important. Again, it doesn't just apply to dating, it doesn't just apply to women, it applies to life in general. If you guys are just joining me for the first time, I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. I teach you how to build financial independence, how to get the physique you want, how to get the girls you want, and how to go from the victim mindset to the Bulldog mindset. All right, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button to join us. All right, and if you haven't taken the Bulldog quiz up here in the corner, I highly recommend that you take that quiz. It gives you a score from 0 to 100, and I'll give you some tips on how to improve that score, and you'll see if you are a Bulldog or not, if you have the mental toughness that's required to be extremely successful in life. All right, so let's talk about this. You know, the difference here between being self-conscious and self-aware. So first of all, let's talk about what it is to be self-conscious. So self-conscious is, you know, that feeling that you have when maybe you're in a room of people and you're maybe a party or something like that, and you're standing around and you feel like everybody's noticing how you're nervous and you're scared to be there. You know, that anxiety that you have, or you wonder if people are looking at you, if they're laughing at you. You wonder why you can't fit in, you know, whatever it is, right? Have you ever had that feeling where you just feel very conscious about yourself, about what you said? You know, maybe you've had a conversation with someone, maybe you had a conversation with a girl, and you said, "Oh, I wish I didn't say that. What an idiot. Why did I say that?" All right. That's self-conscious. Okay. So a good example of this is me recording this video. Okay. You're going to see times in this video where I'm self-conscious, and you're going to see times when I'm self-aware. And the times when I'm self-conscious are going to be like where I'm like, "Oh, I have a tickle in my throat. I don't want to cough. I don't want to come across this way. I wonder how I'm looking at this video. I wonder what words I'm saying, if those are making sense, or I'm not being concise enough." It's just, I don't know how if I like the look I have in this video. Is the lighting right? You know what I mean? Am I saying the right things? Did I just like stutter there? Right? This is me being self-conscious. Okay. And it happens to everyone. So there's nothing wrong with you. But what we want to do is we want to move to a level of self-awareness. And again, like I said, when you're self-conscious, instead of just being there and being in the moment and just enjoying someone's presence and just having a conversation with someone, you're thinking about all those things. And like I said, when I'm recording this video, sometimes when I'm recording videos, and sometimes in this video, you'll find that I'm just saying the message. I'm just talking. All right. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not worried about how I'm being perceived or what I'm saying. And that's when the message is going to hit. That's when it's going to be so authentic, and you're like, I like this guy. But when I'm self-conscious, you're like, it seems like he's nervous. It seems like there's a stick up his ass. It seems like there's something going on here, and it's not going to come across quite as well, right? So the same thing is going to happen for you in life, all right? So again, if you're talking to a girl and you're self-conscious, you're worried about what you're saying. You're worried about how she's perceiving you, all right? You're worried about whether or not, you know, you're tall enough. You're worried about whether or not, you know, what's going to happen next, and what are you going to say next? And, you know, did you just say something stupid? All right. Is she going to be attracted to you? Are you attractive enough? You're worried about all those things and how you're being perceived. All right. So now let's talk about being self-aware. Okay. Self-aware looks similar to being self-conscious, but being self-aware means that you are aware of what's happening to you and the experiences that you're having and the emotions that you're feeling. Okay. But you're not letting those things take over your mind, right? So to be self-aware is to know the truth about yourself, is to say, hey, I'm kind of nervous right now, right? Being self-conscious is to be like, oh, I'm nervous. Fuck. I feel really nervous. I wonder if people can tell, and just to be nervous, okay? And to not even be necessarily aware that you're nervous, but to act in a nervous way, to act self-conscious because you're nervous. Okay, so to act weird because you're nervous, to be not confident because you're nervous, all right? And you're not really trying to do anything, but then you're trying too hard at the same time. To be self-aware of being nervous is just to say, oh, wow, I'm feeling nervous. All right, wow, okay. And then to go and proceed and to do whatever you're going to do or say whatever you're going to say. And maybe you're talking to a girl, and maybe you say, wow, I'm really actually nervous right now. You know, it's weird. Like, I guess I'm just kind of a nervous guy, or whatever it is, whatever's coming to your mind, and being self-aware about the state or how you're coming across without being self-conscious. So again, I'm just trying to give you some examples here so that you can really get the feel for this, because I want you to be able to transition from self-conscious to self-aware, because, and this also applies to just dealing with your emotions, with anger, for example, right? Being upset. Okay, being a self-conscious person is being so angry and just like, taking out on other people and feeling like you're justified in being angry, all right? And losing control of yourself because you're in the anger. Being self-aware is like, oh gosh, I got some issues I got to work on. I got some anger issues. I'm feeling it right now. I feel like I just want to like punch this person, but that's not what I need to be doing right now. It's okay, but I got to figure out some way to deal with this. I wonder what the cause of this is. It's interesting that this is coming up right now. I wonder what is causing this. Why would I react so strongly to this person? Get non-judgmental. It's just awareness. I'm aware of what's going on. I'm aware of what's happening in my body. I'm aware of the emotions, the thoughts that are going through my head in a non-judgmental way. I'm not judging myself. Okay? I'm present still with you, and I'm aware of those things. Okay. And, I could do a long video on this. I'm going to kind of cut this pretty soon here because I think you get the point, but we could really talk about that. Maybe we could spend hours talking about how to become more self-aware. All right. And that's not really the point of this video, but if you want a video talking about how to become more self-aware, let me know. In fact, I'm probably going to do a becoming self-aware video in the Bulldog Mindset membership. If you haven't already, click the link down below, $7 to join for the first month. And I've got a huge community of men, all right? 900 guys in there, a bunch of videos. Now, 104 videos, 105 videos that you haven't seen on this YouTube channel because they're not published there. And I create a new video every week that has a mind map, and we drill into very specific content on building your finances, Stoic philosophy, dating, and some of the stuff that I wouldn't even put on YouTube as far as dating and sex and things like that, and all kinds of things. Plus, there's a huge community of guys that are helping each other out in the Facebook group and the Discord server, all that stuff, book summaries, book reviews. You're gonna love it. So definitely join if you haven't already. But anyway, what I'm saying here is that it's really important for you to start to make that transition, right? To develop that maturity to go from self-conscious to self-aware. And this is one of the things when I coach guys, it's one of the biggest things that I try to help them to focus on. One of the things I love to say to guys that I'm coaching is, especially when I first start coaching them, is there's nothing wrong with you. And a lot of you guys, you're watching this video right now, you need to hear that there's nothing wrong with you, right? See, the self-conscious part of you is telling you that there's something wrong with you, but there is nothing wrong with you. Okay. I mean, and look at this, test this yourself. Have you ever just thought this fat, short, ugly, bald guy was charismatic as hell? And you're like, I just like this guy. Okay. All right. And the reason why I'm using that example, I'm not saying that necessarily you're that, but maybe you're closer to that, is because it doesn't really matter. And again, I'm not trying to say that looks don't matter as far as attracting women, or that people don't treat you differently on how you look. Of course they do. Of course they do. We're living in the real world. What I'm saying, though, is that you're putting too much emphasis on those things, and you're devaluing yourself as a person because you're self-conscious, because you're conscious about the defects, the flaws that you have. The flaws, you have them. I have them. Okay. I could list you flaws. Okay. My chin is not perfect. All right. My face is a little bit longer. Okay. One of my eyes, I think, is a little bit bigger than the other. I have a fairly big nose. My skin gets oily, more so, right? There's things. Okay. I have a torn pec. I've got, whatever. I've got a whole host of issues. Sometimes when I'm recording videos, I do stutter sometimes. All right. I mean, maybe it's not really a stutter, or I repeat the word, or whatever it is. Okay. Those are flaws, potentially. All right. But I don't see them as negative. I don't have to. I'm just real, knowing that they exist. That's fine. That's what they are. Okay, that's the self-awareness part of that. And so the reason why I said about the fat bald guy is because you're putting all this emphasis on some flaws that you have, and you're like, oh, no one could ever love me because I have these flaws. Okay, that's really the truth of the situation. When you look in your heart of hearts, the biggest fear that you have is that you're not good enough, that no one could ever love you if they really knew these things about you, right? So many people try to hide these things. Like, oh, don't look at my fat. they're like, I look so ugly right now. They're trying to get some kind of validation on those things. Again, I'm not saying that it's bad or wrong. I'm just saying that you're good enough how you are. You're lovable how you are. Okay? You can improve. Everyone can improve. We're on a mission to improve. That's why we're here. Plug the Bulldog Mindset membership. That's the place to improve, by the way. Okay? But go sign up. But I don't want to detract from the point. You are lovable. Okay? Just like the ugly, fat, short guy, has charisma. Well, why though? There's some guys that you would see that you'd be like, I don't like this guy. All right. Why? What's the difference? Usually the ugly, fat, short guy, okay, who has that charisma, who you like, why do you like him, is because he's self-aware. He knows who he is. He's not kidding anyone. He knows he's ugly and short and fat, but he owns it. And he's okay with that. And he can make fun of himself a little bit, not in a degrading way, not in a self-deprecating way, but in a way that says, hey, this is funny. This is cool. It's all right. I made some of the choices to get here. Some of them I didn't make to get here, but I'm here. And I'm not worried about what people think of me. I'm not worried about, I don't see these flaws as things that make me unlovable. I don't see these flaws as things that make me broken. I just see them as a reality. It's just what it is. Hey, I'm short. What am I going to do about it? Hey, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. That's where I want you to move. I want you to move that level of self-awareness. And then, your life becomes easier, right? Because, and we talked about, again, I've got a video in the Bulldog Mindset membership. I'm going to keep on plugging it because this is what the Bulldog Mindset is about loving yourself, how to love yourself. It's really important to love yourself. It is. I know these aren't the topics that men always talk about and that maybe you hear in some of the community and stuff, but this is the message. Like, your greatest gift in life is love. That's what it is. As a man, when you think about the most manly, noble thing, we think about a sacrifice, a man that sacrifices his life to protect others, right? That's the most manly, noble thing that we the highest ideal that we have is of a man. We say, this is a man because he died. He took a bullet. He jumped on a grenade to save his friends, right? And what is the root of that? What is noble about it? It's love. It's love. That's what it is. And so, if you have the whole world and you have not love, you have nothing. And so, again, I don't want to get too off topic, but the reason why I'm saying this is because this is important. And that's why self-love, like loving yourself, is so important. And that's how you become more self-aware. It's to say, hey, this is reality. It's not denying reality. It's accepting reality, but it's saying it is what it is. It doesn't matter. I can be happy. I can be chill about that. I don't have to. And I'll give you one last bonus tip since you guys stayed so long and watched this video. Again, dealing with women. Why women will treat you differently when you're self-aware versus self-conscious. Because when you're self-conscious and when you're self-conscious around people, you make them feel uncomfortable. Why? Because they see it. They see it on your face. They see you judging yourself. They see you getting down on yourself. They feel awkward because they're like, shit, what do I do with this guy? He's upset. He's nervous. How do I make him feel better? I feel bad for this guy. I want to get away. Right? But when you're self-conscious, you could be the same thing. You could have the same flaws. You could say the same stupid stuff. It doesn't matter. But when you're self-aware, then they're like, hey, all right, I like this guy. Like, I don't feel uncomfortable being around this guy because he doesn't feel uncomfortable, because he doesn't make me uncomfortable, because he's comfortable in his own skin. One of the greatest things you can do to become more attractive to women, to people in general, is to be comfortable in your own skin. It's a very attractive quality. It's a very attractive trait. Okay? It's confidence. It's the essence of confidence, or what we perceive as confidence, is to say, hey, I am what I am. I don't need to impress anyone. I don't need to prove anything. I know what I'm not, and I know what I am.